Here, the food was just some strange shape that I was not familiar with. My mind couldn't just grasp it. And so I was struggling with this for a couple of days, and I just gave up. I just said, I'm not going to be doing 3D at all. That's it. And for 2 months, I was just like, I'm not going to do 3D. It's just stupid. I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. So why should I bother? That's my experience, even though now I can do this kind of stuff. But one of the points where I was saying that this is enough was this, just a foot.
Like such a beginner challenge kind of thing. I kind of feel a little bad. Like
No,
a bit like I'm wasting your time kind of feeling a little bit.
well, no, because if you were wasting my time, I wouldn't have those mentorships. I like doing this stuff, right? It's actually something that I enjoy doing a lot. That's the reason why I have so many tutorials, and all of them are stupidly long. Like one of the longest one I think is 30 hours with me just doing the commentary non-stop. It's just that I enjoy teaching. It's something that I find some satisfaction. So don't even think about it, those kind of things. If you're struggling even with the smallest thing, it's completely fine, because I went through that. Like, I know what it's like. I mean, it's been 20 years, more than 20 years. So I forgot some of the things, but I remember struggling with a lot of things. If you want to know a funny story about, struggle, my personal struggle, I used to do those kind of things before everything, right? My first 3D model, I think, was a 3D pencil. That's literally something that was lying on the table, and I just modeled a 3D pencil. Then I modeled a elastic, because that was the next thing lying on the table. And then eventually I started to modeling guns, right? Those kind of things. Not as definitely not as kind of wild and interesting as this one, but just replicas of real guns, of some ammunition. And then eventually I turned into modeling 3D modeling cars, but I realized that I didn't enjoy doing cars at all. And so eventually I got myself into organic modeling, like making actual, human characters. But back then there was no ZBrush, so everything that you would do, it was poly modeling, right? You just literally extrude edges and you create the body with polygons, and it was very tedious process. But that the tutorial that I found was Jean of Arc 3D tutorial. Yeah. Jean. So that was the tutorial. You can see everything here in terms of kind of screenshots. It's split into pieces. Like this is literally how you would do it. You have those images as reference, and then you would have screenshots saying, put the edge in here, right? Extrude the edge this way, and eventually you would end up having something like a full character. This is how you would make the face, right? All those red lines, they are position of the polygons. There was no ZBrush, remember, there was no sculpting. You would just literally model everything, right? And so this was my experience after making cars, and my frustration was right here with this goddamn little thing which is called a foot. I started modeling this, and there were screenshots where you put the edge loops and how it should look like, and I was struggling because I couldn't wrap my head around asymmetry, because everything before that, everything that I was making, it was guns and things like that. They're perfect symmetrical elements, right? They're just completely symmetrical. Here the foot was just some strange shape that I was not familiar with. My mind couldn't just grasp it, and so I was struggling with this for a couple of days, and I just gave up. I just said, I'm not going to be doing 3D at all. That's it. And for 2 months I was just like, I'm not going to do 3D. It's just stupid. I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. So why should I bother? That's my experience, even though now I can do this kind of stuff. But one of the points where I was saying that this is enough was this, just a foot, right? So don't think about that you can somehow wasting my time, or your problems or issues that you're struggling with are somehow smaller compared to, I don't know, somebody else's issues. It's just all of this is completely normal. So if I can help, I can definitely try.